Today is the seventh Sunday of Easter, the last Sunday before Pentecost. And today's gospel passage has a lot to teach us about our mission in the world as Christians. It is from the 17th chapter of John's Gospel, a continuation of the farewell discourses of Jesus while at the Last Supper, having washed the feet of his apostles, having fed them, and having taught them this ultimate lesson of giving oneself for others. Now he prays for them. And this chapter 17 of John's Gospel is regarded as the priestly prayer of Jesus. It is divided into three sessions. From verse 1 to 10, Jesus prays for himself. Father, glorify your Son with the glory I have with you from the foundation of the world. From verse 11 to verse 19, Jesus prays for the disciples. And that is what we are presented with today in the gospel. Consecrate them in the truth. May there be one, as you are in me and I in you. And then the last portion of the gospel, from verse 20 to 26, Jesus prays for the prospective disciples, those who would come to faith through these ones that he is praying for. But in the portion given us today, verse 11 to 19, we have a lot of insights about God and also our mission. First and foremost, one thing that differentiates the Christian God from the gods or from the notion and concept of God in other religions is that our God is a community of persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Yet there are one God, consubstantial, existing in unity. Whatever one does, the other knows, the other does with him. And that is why in the gospel today, Jesus prays, I am no longer in the world, but they are in the world, whereas I'm going to you. Holy Father, keep them in your name, so that they may be one, just as we are one. That unity between the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, among the three persons, this is the same unity that Jesus prays, because when united, they will be able to bear witness. It is in this unity, in this oneness of purpose, oneness of heart, that people will know, yes, these are imitators of Jesus Christ. It is a way of bearing witness. That doesn't mean that they don't have their own differences. Of course they do. Because unity is not uniformity. But that they are united, they express more of the things that unite them than the things that differentiate or divide them. Unfortunately, in our Christian religion today, there are different denominations. And even in a particular denomination, there are many conflicts. The unity Jesus prayed for is no longer there or seems not to be there. And this particular prayer seems to be one of the prayers of Jesus that we can say is very difficult to be fulfilled. Maybe because we haven't understood our mission as Christians, as imitators of Christ, as his followers. And then we don't make effort to bring to fulfillment this prayer that he has just prayed. We have a lot of things that unite us, even in families, in our workplaces, wherever we find ourselves, in different organizations, in the same church. Disunity, division, wrangling, quarrels, jealousies, backbiting. Of course, we know that famous phrase, divided we fall, united we stand. It is only in unity that we can achieve our goals and go far. And this is what Jesus is praying for. Let them be one as you are in me. In other words, the life of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is a model for us as human beings, as Christians, as imitators of Christ. Let that unity be there. The differences we have are not differences for comparisons. They're not differences for competitions. And they're not differences for conflicts. Rather, there should be differences for complementarity, differences for companionship, and differences for communion that should bring the uniqueness of our group, our religion, our Christianity, our lives. I so much love what St. Therese of the Child Jesus said, looking in the garden, that if God has made all the flowers to be roses, or if all the flowers had become roses or lilies, then it would have been a very boring garden, and we wouldn't even recognize the little other colors in the garden. So let us use the differences, the uniqueness of each one of us for that purpose of communion, of unity, of bringing about the message of Jesus Christ to the world. And again, in this prayer, Jesus prays, separate them from the world. Keep them safe. I am leaving the world. I'm coming to you. They are still in the world, though not of the world. And we should be able to understand this. I so much love what the Ignatius talked about, comparing the relationship between body and soul to the relationship between Christians and the world. He said, though the soul inhabits the body, but is not determined by the body. And as such, again, the Christians live in the world, but should not be determined by what is happening in the world. And when St. John talks about the world refers to anything that is in conflict with the message of Jesus Christ. Anything that is fighting against the proclamation of the kingdom. Anything that is keeping us away from accepting, from living out the life, the values of Christianity. St. Augustine again says that though we live in the world, we should live like those that know our true citizenship, which is in heaven, the New Jerusalem. Jesus knows that there will be conflicts, there will be challenges, there will be persecutions. But he says, keep them safe. Protect them. In this, we see the echoes from the Lord's Prayer. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, from the evil one, from the tempter. So we see that also in this gospel passage. Protect them from the evil one, from the tempter, from the one that would come, that would wish to take away this life that I have given to them, this joy that I have given to them. That is the prayer of Jesus for us. And the third thing we need to look at is that Jesus, the sent, becomes the sender. He sends us, He commissions us. I have sent them into the world just as you have sent me. This is a mission that we have. There's a continuation between the mission of Jesus Christ and the mission of the disciples and the mission of the church in which we are members. We are being sent. Next Sunday, the Holy Spirit is descending on us, and the same Spirit that descended on the apostle, that configured them, that transformed them, those that were timid, that were afraid, that locked themselves, now went out, just 11 of them, and transformed the world with the message of the salvation that Jesus has come to bring. We are being commissioned. We are being sent. And Jesus has finished his own mission, returning to the Father. But that mission continues in us. St. Teresa of Jesus will say, Jesus doesn't have the hands again to do miracles. We are his hands. He doesn't have the feet to do the work. We are his feet. We are the message, actually, that he brings to the world, to those we come in contact with. So if we bear this in mind, then we'll be able to realize that as Christians, we are called to bring Christ to those we come in contact with. It's not just mission to Christians, but to the entire world. Being different in the world, spicing up the world that is losing the values of humanity. This is the hostile world we are called to go and proclaim to. Yet God keeps protecting us. So let us continue to ask for the grace, for the courage, for the Spirit to guide us, and of course, for unity, for which Jesus Christ prayed for. Unity of purpose. Let us hold on to what unites us more than what divides us.